Is we're kind of preparing us for these times. And I had that revelation over the weekend. Sometimes we think that we have to do more in these times and we have to work harder on ourselves and work. Hey guys, everybody here. Thank you for joining me. Here we are with another daily video. And yes, it is. We're still under quarantine, and we're kind of making the best of everything. And as I said in my last videos, um, a lot of our patience, a lot of our positivity, optimism, all these things that I preach, I practice, well, I try to practice. My daughters would probably say otherwise, but all these things that we constantly have been preparing and preparing ourselves for, and if you read the books, if you follow certain individuals, if you stay inspired, if you stay motivated, all these things that we did on a daily, well, still do on a daily basis, we're kind of preparing us for these times. And I had that revelation over the weekend. Sometimes we think that we have to do more in these times and we have to work harder on ourselves and work, get something done in these times that we're home. But I think that all the optimism and inspiration and everything that I've always tried to keep myself surrounded by was preparing us for this, and like in anything in life, they always say the battle that's won is won before the battlegrounds. It's won before the battle even begins. I've heard that in a couple of quotes as well, but it's so true. So preparing ourselves, trying to stay as conscious and as healthy minded as possible for the last, I would say for the last almost a year and a half, has made me be grateful for what I've learned, and prepared myself for this, for the uncertainty, for the chaos and all the media, and all this unfortunate events that we can't control, and it's very easy to get caught up in the mix of it and kind of let anxiety and depression take over you. But as I stay informed, right, with my books and things that I've always tried to pick up and for some reason called my attention, I understand why I guess I was getting called for that, because I was put here to learn this and share with you guys here on this channel, on how we can deal with certain uncertainty, times where things are, as they say, shit hits the fan, right? And right now, definitely, things are not looking too bright for most of us. And I'm here to say, I think that, we've been preparing for this moment, right? There's nothing that's bigger than us, right? Although it might seem that way. I listen to a lot of, I would say, inspirational consciousness individuals, and they all say the same thing, right? Like what's happening now is for us. It's on purpose. Something that we were kind of, we kind of don't want, but it's in the way for a reason. And I think trying to see what is like, trying to just absorb it. I can give quick examples. Now when you go to grocery shopping, unfortunately, it's a limit to go into the stores. Everybody's counted, right, and you have to make long lines. And as I went, I was very grateful as I made the line, because one, I'm able to afford groceries. Right, a lot of individuals right now are struggling with even putting food on the table. Right. Two, I was grateful for being able to go myself, being healthy and conscious to go and make this shopping errand, and grateful for being able to. I was standing outside getting some fresh air while I was waiting. The weather was beautiful. So these certain things that we can look at, and as always say in life, is all about perspective. I was very, very grateful for that. And I can go and moan and argue about the long waits, and I can't believe it's like this now. It's just absorbing what's happening, what is, right? We can't fight it, right? It's gonna happen for us. We don't know what the extent of this will last. If this will be the new norm, because of this virus. So I'm just here trying to be grateful for certain things that I know um, others might not have or might not get the chance to. Our health is number one, and a lot of individuals are not healthy right now. They're getting sick, and I'm grateful that I'm able to be able to sustain, our daily activities and go out there and of course safe, wear masks, practice social distancing, get some fresh air. Grateful for that. Walking my dog, I took it for granted. Now that I'm trying to run to walk my dog because we can't really go anywhere. We can't really try to be around people. So I've seen a lot of neighbors walking their dogs as well, and that I never saw prior to this. So I'm assuming that although might see this as a bad thing, a lot of connections are being made, a lot of closets are being cleaned, a lot of stuff that we never paid mind to are being taken care of because of the time in our hands. And obviously you guys know this already, but I just want to remind you guys, that we are here, and this is something that's working for us, and also being able to look at the good in all this chaos, and which I try to do for the most part. I'm normal like you guys. I do sometimes, get worried. What's gonna happen? How long is this gonna last for? So I have my worries, but for the most part, I try to stay on the bright side and see things as they are. And yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I have things to talk about here. Sometimes I bring my books, and this is just my thoughts today of what was happening, what I felt that I'm seeing around, the individuals around us, and the neighbors and humanity itself. Watching some awesome concerts from people from their houses. So things that we never really thought of before are happening now. They're making us innovate new things, right? So in a way, we're being more creative because now we got to find ways to connect and provide entertainment without being in person, which a lot of artists are doing now. So this is a new avenue. This sparks new interest in our brain, sparks new ideas, different ways to do it. I've seen some individuals do creative ways of making their own music online and performing. DJs are going on live. So a lot of people are being creative during this time. Maybe tapping into parts that they never have tapped into because they never had to. We were kind of just going along with the system. Now we're kind of forced to kind of think outside the box, do things differently, adapt. And as the book itself, it says, Psycho-Cybernetics, life is about adaptation. The more those individuals that can adapt better have more fulfillment, more happiness, live longer, stay looking younger, more healthier. So learning to adapt is probably one of the hardest things to kind of take in. But I think once you practice and you absorb it and you maintain it, you start seeing how life is a series of adaptations, right? You're always adapting. Life is not just one flat level. No matter what part of the world you are, no matter what you're doing, you're always evolving. So, as I say here on my channel, I hope everybody here is still staying safe, stay healthy, and let's continue to grow. That is life. And I'm so grateful for all of you that take the time to watch any of my videos. I'm very, very grateful for you guys. And thank you so much. So I'll see you next time. Peace.